Howdy and welcome back to the channel. I'm Country Boy, and today we're opening up one of the biggest mothers we've ever had on the show. Maybe figure-wise is not the biggest, but when it comes to kaijus, this guy's one of the biggest. There's a reason why they call him a god. He's Godzilla. Yeah, that's right. The 1954 version of the OG big boy right here. The kaiju to end all kaijus. I mean, yes, I'm more of a King Kong guy myself, but I'm also more of a purist. I like the original size of King Kong when he was only like, I don't know, 25, 30 feet tall. But he wouldn't stand a chance to this guy. This guy is massive. Every time they've had him, he's gotten bigger and bigger, it feels like. And I'm really looking forward to this. This is a figure I've wanted for a while, and I found it online. I figured, what the heck, I'm going to jump on it. Maybe he'll go good with my other figures that I have, and I'll compare them in the video as well too, and just kind of see where he goes size-wise. But there's nothing left to do but to get to looking at the packaging first. And so here we have the packaging for Godzilla, King of the Monsters, it even says. Wow, I didn't realize he was the King of the Monsters so soon. As soon as he was created, he was already the King of the Monsters? That's a little assuming, if you ask me. Anywho, this is basically what the poster would have been back in the day, I guess 1954. So you got Godzilla breathing fire, people running and scurrying, and I'm guessing he was just a bad guy in the first movie. I'm not too sure, because looking at this, he was just a bad dude. There's a military shooting at him. There's some planes coming to shoot at him. Raging through the world on a rampage of destruction. It's alive. Awesome. And then some. So yeah, this looks pretty cool. This looks like an evocative of what the 1950s posters would be. So then we'll turn it to the side. I'll show you the side here. And it's pretty plain. It just says Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 65. So this is this figure is obviously a few years old. It says 2019. Obviously, it's 4 years old, so it might have some of the tropes that older NECA toys have, where they're a lot stiffer and the joints might not move too well. But we'll find that out, I guess, once we open her up. And on the back here, we got some more images. These are of the figure itself. Very green looking. You wouldn't know that in a black and white movie, but he's green, I guess with red spikes on his back. That's what he looks like, and breathing fire. And then more images, the exact same images as the other side there. Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 65 at the bottom there. And then here we have Godzilla, King of the Monsters again. NECA, ages 14 and up. So make sure you're not too young. Make sure you're over 14 if you're playing with this thing. And then we got, just basically just a barcode and not too much more. NECA real toys, and that's about it. But we do have a window box because we are NECA. So let's open her up. And there's the same image basically right there, but it's actually of the figure. So if you want to do a little bit of a comparison, there's the poster, there's the figure. Kind of cool. It looks really cool. And then the actual figure itself inside doing the exact same pose. But I guess there's nothing left to do but to get into the packaging. And boom, here we have him, the King of the Monsters. Godzilla, looking pretty cool. I really like the green that they use. I wonder if this is the actual type of green that they would have had on the character himself in 1954 with the reds. And like it obviously doesn't come with a lot of accessories or anything like that. It comes with the big flame effect that comes out of his mouth, which makes sense, which is removable, by the way. So I will be taking it out and just showing you that it kind of comes out and it's easy to remove. But this guy looks cool. I mean, look at the detail on that guy. That looks like Godzilla, right? Looking really cool. And I was surprised with the articulation. He had better articulation than I expected. I'm not saying he has great articulation, but he's got good articulation. So let's take a look at him for right now. So right here, like I said, the flame effect does come out of his mouth if you want. It does look, I like the light yellow to the darker orange. That's a pretty cool effect. But I'll pull it out. It's pretty easy. It just comes out like that. And it's got like a little hole in the back of his mouth there if you need to, where it just kind of sticks in there and holds it in. So we'll put that in the back just for the heck of it. And then the mouth, it articulates. So boom, if you want, close his mouth. He'll be like, I'm just going to be a good boy today. I don't want to kill anybody. And then, I'm going to kill you. But let's take a look at this guy. Look at the detail. Look at that face of his. He's got those teeth. He's got those eyes, those crazy eyes. Huh? got a psycho's face if I ever saw it. And then even like his skin, it definitely looks like a guy in a suit, which is totally what makes this figure worth it. Like he looks just like the 1954 costume. Like a bit of a wrinkly there where the neck fold is, and like right there's even more wrinkles and stuff like in the arm. Like it looks like a guy in a costume. Which is totally what it was. It wasn't the stop motion like King Kong was back in 1933. Yeah, it definitely looks really cool. This looks like the Godzilla that we know and love, that we grew up with back in the day. Not so much the Godzilla we have now, who's a big behemoth. It's just even too big for this Godzilla to take on. But let's look at some of the articulation we have here. So his arm goes up that far and down that far, and then the elbow bends in almost 90 degrees ish, and then out about that far. The elbow's a bit hindered, but that's not too bad. And then you got some movement there, and I did not know this. He actually has some hand articulation. Holy crap! If you wanted to grab something, he could totally do that. That is so cool. I did not know that. That is new. I did not realize he had that. Or she. I don't realize. I don't know if Godzilla is a he or a she, or if it's just asexual. I know the one in the 1997 movie was asexual, the Matthew Broderick one, but we don't really talk about that one. Then the legs. We'll do the legs. They twist like that. They go the big chonky legs. Godzilla is known for his big chonky heavy legs, and knees. I don't know if his knees move too much. They might just be stiff. I'm not too sure. That could be a NECA thing, that maybe they just don't move that much. But the feet, they don't have too much articulation either, just back a bit and forward that much. So yeah, a little bit, but not crazy amount. Not that you're going to get him into any crazy poses anyways. He's a big chonky boy. So for articulation, yeah, that's basically it. He does have, I guess, a waist swivel right there. So if you want to twist him around, you can. You can turn him all the way around. Ooh, he's facing his own butt. Look at that. And I guess the neck, I could show that a little bit more too. The neck goes all the way around if you need it to. And then another one here at the top of the neck, so you can move his head, rotate it forward and back if you want. Give you that breathing effect where he faces down more, I guess, more effectively. But then you also go to the back here, and you got some tail articulation. So he's got some swiveling. He's got, actually, the very tip of the tail, I actually had to warm up to slot it in because it wasn't on him. There's actually instructions, if you wanted to look at that, right here, telling you to warm it up and then slot it in there. So that's what that's for. And then, yeah, so it does have a bendy wire in the very back part of it. This part has a bendy wire. And it works good, which is kind of all the rage nowadays, these bendy wires. And it's also got, other breaks in the tail here that you can see. Works quite well, up, down, all around, however you want to have it. He's looking good. He actually has more mobility than I thought he was going to, which is impressive. And then what else? Oh, there was also more instructions. He came with the box, and inside the box, it came with like a backdrop. If you want to use this backdrop, you could totally make it like the poster, but you gotta like cut here and put in the holes here. I'm not gonna bother doing that. I'm not gonna want it inside this backdrop anyways. It would look cool, but I don't need him to be inside there to look cool. I'm gonna have him all on his own. So this also comes with instructions on how to build that backdrop. So if you wanted to, you can go ahead, take a look at that, and boom, that's how you build it. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for Godzilla himself. So that is the figure. I will do a little bit of comparing with other figures that I have next. So stay tuned for that. All right, so I want to do a little bit of a comparison with maybe one of his Rogues Gallery guys that he fights every once in a while. No, not Rodan and not King Ghidorah, not Mothra or any of those guys. I don't have any of them. Godzilla I have. And then I have, maybe one other monster that he's fought in the past. It's probably, you probably guess who it is. I've already mentioned him before. He is the OG 1933 King Kong. Yeah, this is my kaiju. When it comes to kaiju, I go back to this guy every time. Sure, he's not normally depicted as big as Godzilla, but they've made it happen in the past. He's fought more than once, and he's come out on top. He's also come out on the bottom, depending on the situation. I love when they fight. That's some of the most entertaining movies to watch, honestly. You don't care what the people are doing in these movies. You just want to see these big beasts of monsters just have at it and destroy cities and just go to town on each other and just bash each other to hell. So, I don't know. Who's your favorite kaiju? Is it one of these guys here? Do you like Godzilla or King Kong? Do you like one of the ones I mentioned before? Maybe there's others that are out there that I don't even know about. But I love, like I said, the 1933 movie. I've seen parts of the 1954 Godzilla. I gotta watch the whole thing. I gotta see the whole thing. But there is one more comparison I want to do before I finish this video. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna have it up right now. And so I figured, since we're talking kaiju and big monsters, I gotta have the big monster fighter himself, or big kaiju battle bot, Megazord. I gotta bring him in here. Even though he doesn't scale in comparison at all, I figured, what the heck, maybe people are gonna be wondering, how does a Megazord scale in with Godzilla and King Kong from the NECA line? Well, they don't at all. Megazord is gonna kick their ass, no matter what, in this comparison anyways. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for Godzilla. Godzilla looks really cool. Really liking the way this guy turned out. The greens really pop with the reds and all that stuff. So, I guess if you like this video, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. I am CountryBoy9 with an underscore in there somewheres. Go ahead and check out my other channel if you like what I do here, called Wasted Opinions. I'm with my friends. We just talk random stuff, movies, TV shows, video games, what have you, and the like. Until next time, I think I hear some footsteps coming my way, so I better hide for cover. See you later.